then, oh, my mic moved on its own. That's a little, ooh, it's a little bit scary. Okay, let's get some stuff started up here, shall we? There's the YouTube link. Up, come on, almost there. All right, boop. And we need to submit my taxes. All right. I am curious right now. What is our top first leaderboard looking like? I see you got there, Swift2. Congrats on grabbing first. Hope you're doing well. We are currently at Swift2 with 70, Nathan at 63, Admiral with 54, Sloth with 13, and then the other Swift2 with 12. Nikita with 71 tax submissions and Swift2 with 235. GG's there. I'm also curious about taxes. Yeah, okay. All of y'all are above 100. GG's. Yes, there is a top tax. You can also check the taxes of somebody else if you do tax at and then a number or a person. So Nikita in this case, 71 times. Or you can do tax and then it'll check yourself. I gotta refresh this page because it's lagging. All right, we good? All right, we're good. Too late. So too hi, Nikita. It's good to see you. Hope you're doing well. I've done it. You have done it. I'm lacking. It's okay. Everybody messes up sometimes. You just happen to not be on my leaderboard, and you know what? I can never forgive you for that. Ever. Ever. No, I'm kidding. Okay. Today, we are going to get up to some pig stuff. We need a lot of piglins because we need to get blackstone. Massive amounts of blackstone. So today we're just going to be working on trying to get my zombified piglin farm up and running. I really need it to have... I need it to be fully functional, so we're going to finish up with all the magma blocks. We need to go get ourselves another turtle egg because we've only got one more and I need two more because there's two more layers that I need to build. And then I also want to try to automate a lot of it. So I want to automate the gold production, so turning it from gold nuggets into gold ingots. So we're going to use a crafter. And then I also want to do a what do you call it? I need to hook that all up into storage, and I also need to hook it up into a piglin bartering system so that we can get a lot of blackstone, because we can't actually build anything until we have blackstone. Unfortunately, that is the first material to be used within the volcano, and it's just kind of hard to start without it. Once we get that going, though, then we can kind of look into other farms as well. Eventually, I'd like to set up like a mud conversion farm, and then a basalt farm as well would be great. And that'll kind of help me get things sorted, because right now we're really, we're kind of behind schedule. I have decided that we're going to kind of slow down just a little bit on the Forever World content. Not like for a long time. It's not like what I was suggesting when I was talking about stopping for like a month or whatever. It's not that. This is more so a... it's going to be in an attempt to catch up a little bit on the Forever World. Try to get some of the boring stuff out of the way so that we can focus on the more fun things coming soon. So I'm going to slow down on those videos just a little bit for a month. Get some other videos out that I've been wanting to get out. And also, of course, work on Omnia during that time. And then also I would really like to just keep streaming. I'm going to still do at least one Forever World stream per week, but it'll probably be more than that, truthfully, until I at least know what the next thing is. I know we're doing... I still want to do that creative building series, so that's still high up on my to-do list. And then there's a couple of other projects that I've been looking into for video stuff. So I've got some options. We'll see which ones I feel like have the most potential for the goals that I've set. And during that time period, you'll also be able to watch me still work on things. Because unfortunately, I made way too big of a goal. Like you said, Nikita, who would have thought that a huge volcano would take more than one stream to build? You know, I need time to work on this so that the next episode isn't, guys, I finished this one section of the volcano over and over and over again. So, taking this month to get all the resources together will make it so that when we're ready to actually start filming the next video, then it'll be good. Of course, there's also going to be another video, hopefully this weekend. It'll be the episode 0 through 10 recap, and it'll kind of also give you guys a heads up in that video that we'll be slowing down on the uploads for this, but we'll still be uploading other things. Let's see. Hello, Shanna, and Oliver. Hi, welcome on in. Oddly Fox, thank you for the follow on the Twitch side. How are you doing? Sounds like a plan. Heck yeah. Al, thank you for submitting your taxes. 32 times total. GG's. Reg, it's a me. Hi, how are you doing? What are you doing? We are going to be building some things today. We're actually going to be going to the Nether, and we're going to be working on my zombified piglin farm a little bit, and it'll be a good time. Reg, I'm Twitch and YouTube. I know. It's exciting. Thank you for hopping in. I appreciate it. Remember the last time we built a volcano? I know. I didn't even finish that volcano either. Nikita, 65 stream streak. Heck to the yeah. Thank you very much for your support. I appreciate you, dude. Did you just make this channel? No, I've been running this YouTube channel for almost 5 years now. Since August 2nd, 2021. And, that's actually also partially what's prompted this decision to slow down a little bit on the Forever World. Is, you know, I've been doing this for almost 5 years. You know, you kind of have an idea of when ideas are working and when they're not working. The Forever World has a lot of potential to start doing more, but I don't want to sit here and pretend that it's exactly got the results that I was hoping that it was supposed to have as well. You know, I'm going to be honest with myself. I'm a little disappointed with how I've even presented the format. I feel like I could just do it better. So sometimes it's good to go back to the drawing board for a little bit and rethink some things. At the very least, I need to do some more work with my thumbnails. I know that much. 5 years is quite a long time. It really is. It really, really is. Rift, welcome on in. Hope you're doing well, dude. It's good to see you. 1 year, 9 months, and 10 days of follow time from Al. GG, dude. You're insane. Absolutely crazy. Which is weird. It's a little different, especially if you're not just used to that layout. But I overall actually prefer the Twitch layout over YouTube. That's just my personal preference, though. Did you see the things I sent this morning? No, I did not. I saw the, decked out update, but that was all I had seen, the last couple of days from you. Rumble is the best layout. I've never actually used Rumble. It just doesn't seem like the place for me. But there's nothing wrong with watching on Rumble. Okay. I'm a little bit late today. I want to apologize for that. I've been kind of a little bit slow. The last couple of days, I would say. I've had a really busy week. Um, Unfortunately, that's just the nature of the communities I'm in right now. They're very busy. And I'm hoping it'll all start to slow down a little bit here soon so that I can get my bearings again. I'm pretty confident that things will start slowing down soon, so I'm not too worried. I've got a lot of time coming up soon for myself as well that I'm looking forward to spending on some of my own ventures, like more videos, more streams, more Omnia, all those things. So I'm pretty excited about that stuff. I don't think we need these tree saplings, so I'm going to go ahead and compost those. Yeah, no Rumble is all VTubers and politics. Yeah, I mean, if that's your thing, nothing wrong with that. It's definitely not my thing, though. Let's see. Dude, thank you for the lurk, Owl. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you. Also, we can turn off shaders. It's gonna be really hot, probably over the entire summer. So I'm probably going to try to not stream with shaders very often, just for that reason alone. Maybe I'll end up changing my mind on that at some point, but I'm pretty doubtful of that. Do we have any name tags over here? I know we have some back here. Did I not sleep? I didn't sleep. Let's sleep. Maggie, welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. It's good to see you. No worries. I mayhaps perchance 27 recordings from a 3-hour session yesterday. That is insane, dude. It's going to take me a while to get through all that, but I'll have to check it out sometime. That is an insane amount of recordings. GG's. We'll take 10. I don't think we're going to need 10 name tags, but we'll take them just in case. Let's see. Do we need any of this other stuff? I don't think so. I'm just trying to think because I want to be efficient. I don't want to have to keep going back and forth because the portal is a pretty long distance away, if I'm being kind of honest. I'm going to toss those things in here. Try to make some more room in my inventory. Okay, so we need a lot of blocks. Let's do... I think I've got a bunch of cobblestone somewhere. Let's just use that. Well, you've been busy, definitely. No, I knocked it all out last night after work and before work. Jeez. GG's, dude. I've not been nearly as productive as I'd like to be, but I've been trying still. I'm hoping tonight I'll get a little bit more work done. And then tomorrow I'm going to probably get nothing done. And then Thursday I'll get probably a little bit done. But I'm really not holding my breath very much on that. We're using cobblestone because I can now turn smooth stone into cobblestone using the stone cutter. So it just doesn't make sense for me to use up all of my normal stone when I actually could utilize that in other places. So we'll hold off on that. We do need to go up and we need to get some magma together. And then we need to get some turtle eggs. And then we can swing to the portal, I think. All right, a little sick, a little tired, but hanging in there. How about you? Oof, I'm sorry that you're feeling sick and tired. Please get some rest if you need to tonight, Nikita. Let your brain shut off for a couple minutes. Simply be productive. Wait, I need to follow my own advice. Never mind. Yeah, I probably should just honestly close up all the distractions. I have a lot of them. I'll acknowledge that. I feel like they're important distractions, though. Predominantly because there's not a lot of people who can step into those spaces that I'm I really need to be present in. So I've been splitting my attention probably more than I need to. But I feel like it's for a good cause. After this week is over, I should definitely be able to get back to the normal section of things. I haven't even had time to fill out my monthly goals. I'm still operating off of May, which is not ideal. That's for sure. We'll keep the glass, and then I'm trying to think what's the right way to do this. We need the magma. How do you make a dropper? You need redstone, right? We'll get redstone together for the gold. We won't be able to do the whole farm in one run. That's okay. We'll focus on just containing the piglins, and then we'll build the farm after that. What we need to do now is we need to go through the nether, get ourselves some of the magma. Let's see. Ohana, welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. It's good to see you. Sorry to hear you're sick. I hope you feel better soon. Please get rest if you need. I'm doing good. Thanks for asking. I'm glad you're doing good. That is good to hear. You should rest, which maybe sleep too. Definitely rest, yes. Sleep, do the things that you can, if you can. I really don't like this. Okay, we're getting out. That was more scary than I wanted that to be. Let's go over there. This seems dangerous. It's a little dangerous. Definitely a little. There's nowhere to put my blocks. I want it on that level. Why? Because it's more dangerous. That's why I want to do it. It's okay. I unintentionally had a nap till right before stream was supposed to start, but thanks for carrying on. This seems dangerous. Yeah, a little bit. It's okay. I'm glad that you at least got a nap. That's good. This is a bad idea, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Okay, let's put you in my offhand. Okay, up. Alright, I think we've gotten our fill out of that one. Okay. Dang, soul sand block size difference. I know, it scares me every time I start building in that area, because it's just like, the second I place the block, I gotta make sure. Actually, you know what? Mods, that one's subtle effects, I think. Environments. Biomes. No. Geysers? Okay, I don't know. I don't know if these are the geysers that are in the nether or not. It looks like it is. Okay. 0 to disable. What about you? Sand, red sand, gravel, dirt, clay for the bubble geyser. Yeah, I'm not really a huge fan of those either. And then the smoke geyser, yeah, same thing. Okay. There we go. Those are all gone. I will take it. Apply changes. Done. Cool. I don't mind the mod generally speaking, because it does add a lot of cool effects that I do enjoy. But there are some that I just kind of wish it didn't add. Diamond boots are getting low. All right. 6, 7. That's crazy, Mustafar. Curious Reg, I know you've mentioned Admiral also likes Linkin Park, but do you share any of my recordings with him out of curiosity? I don't usually. Sometimes I share things with him, but I don't like show him the recordings. So I don't have permission to do that first. You know, that's not something you told me that you're comfortable with. But second, Admiral just really doesn't have time in the day for that. He's usually playing video games and doing his own thing. So I try not to give him too much to do. Because he's still trying to figure out his work-life balance, essentially. I think that's my point of view on Admiral. If he's here, he can correct me if I'm wrong. So I try not to even really talk to him too much about my stuff that I'm up to, let alone what other people are doing. I've kept him up to date a lot this weekend, and really this week, because a lot of things have been going on, and he's one of the few people who are just far enough removed and that I trust enough that I can talk to about some of that stuff without getting in trouble for leaking it, because nobody would know. So Admiral gets privy information, but I don't usually go around sharing stuff that I don't have permission to share. Okay. I am absolutely filled up. Let's, I need 4 more. Man. And then, up. Okay. Good? We're good. Thank you for the lurk, Maggie. I appreciate it. Good luck with the errands. Speaking of Linkin Park, I tried hard to win tickets today. The radio station was giving away all sorts of festival tickets all day, and I managed to get 0. Aw, dude, I'm sorry. At least you tried, though. That's the important part. Figured I expected as much. What do you talk about? I'm curious. Admiral and I don't even really know what we talk about. We kind of don't talk about much. We talk about anything and everything, but we don't talk about anything in specific. It's just whatever topics come to mind at that moment. Lately, the conversation has been around stuff that we're not going to discuss on stream. Because it's not my place to talk about. The people that are supposed to be talking about it and have every right to talk about it are already have talked about it or are currently talking about it. Shout out Vintage Applesauce. But that's what Admiral and I have been talking about lately. Outside of that, you know, I sometimes throw out that I'm working on videos, and sometimes I talk about that with him, but I try not to make my problems his problems. That's something I'm very conscious of. I try to be anyway. Because I don't want my... How do I phrase this, I guess? I don't want him to ever feel like I only care about myself. And that goes for you guys too. Like, genuinely, I try not to make everything about me. It just so happens to be that everything already is about me. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Speak of the devil, Admiral, hello, welcome on in. Let's see. I do that sometimes, just need to get all the info people have said to me out of my mind and share it with someone who knows nothing about it. I usually don't have to, but some of it I also was a little concerned about just from a personal perspective because we're adjacent enough. I wasn't sure if we were going to have any splashback, and so I wanted to prepare him for that because he's my only mod right now. Like, I'll be 100% honest with you guys. Admiral is my only mod. We have other mods who exist, but they don't hang out. There's nothing against them. It's just they have real life. Admiral's real life at least allows for him to be here. He wants to be here. So, he is here. The other people want to be here. Their life doesn't allow for it, or they just don't want to be here, and there's nothing wrong with that either. Everybody's got life, like I said. But Admiral's my only mod, so he kind of needed to know about some of that stuff because, again, I wasn't sure what was going to happen with that. I think part of him probably also enjoys learning about some of those secret things. Admiral with 220 axe missions is awesome. Sucks to suck. Welcome back to the commoners. Good luck. Thanks to Kiddo. That says it all. Yeah, I for those of you who know, you know. If you don't know, then it doesn't really matter. Because I doubt that you probably really need to know is the honest truth. Like that sounds harsh, but humans are really good at seeking out drama because we secretly like it. We like to feel emotions, and we like to feel them strongly. So when we find out bad situations or good situations, we like to be a part of it. Nothing wrong with that biological innate desire, but there are some things that just don't need to be repeated out a bunch of times. Hello, Joshua Hockey. Welcome on in. You are good at the game? I'd like to believe so. I've been playing the game for 13 years, so... 14 years, sorry. 14 years. So I feel like I deserve to at least say I'm a little good at the game, right? Trial chamber? There's a trial chamber somewhere. I've ran into one. I just don't remember where. I do need to go up to one at some point. Can we see your setup, please? Like my armor and stuff? I'm still in diamond. Not anything too crazy either. I'm intentionally playing the game slowly though. If you're asking about like my gaming setup, there is a video called A Day in the Life of Me or Day in the Life of King or something like that. I don't remember. I have a Day in the Life video though that has my PC setup in it if you're looking for that. Otherwise it'd be really hard to show you guys because it's all underneath my desk. Hello from Kazakhstan. Hello, welcome on in Roblox. Hope you're doing well. Nothing wrong with biological innate desire. There's nothing wrong with it. It's all about how you react to it, though. Pig. We need a different one, though. Admiral wants to be here. Admiral, blink twice if you need help. Yo, no, I have no idea what you're talking about. That's okay. How long until Nikita or I become a mod? I don't know when I'm gonna bring more mods on board, and it's nothing against anybody. Just before that becomes a question. You all are great people. I just have trust issues with mods. I have trust issues in general. I've had a lot of people not do great things, and so it makes me not want to bring people in to a position of authority. Nothing with you guys, though. You guys are all good. It's just other people have soured that trust. And like Admiral said, if I give you mod, you will vanish. It is a actual... it is an actual phenomena, I guess. Anybody who mods for me will disappear at some point in time, and we don't know why. I'm not like an abusive boss by any means. I don't think so, anyway. I love Minecraft. Do you know Mr. Beast? I know of Mr. Beast, but I don't know him personally. Are you from America? I am. I am indeed. Hello, Dino. Welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. I mean, maybe that's a good thing. I will say some of the moderators that we've had in the past, I am glad that they did. This is going to sound so mean. I'm sorry. I am glad that some of them didn't stick around for very long because it gave me a good opportunity to remove their moderator privileges without having to have an awkward conversation about abusing mod, because we have had that in our past. So that gave me a good route there to deal with some of those awkward situations. But in other cases as well, it's kind of not been good because, like, for example, King SMP, I was solo modding that thing in the last year of its life. And that was not really good. King SMP was a great thing. I loved King SMP. I would love to do it again, but I don't know how I'm going to do it again. Purely just from the fact and perspective of I don't want to shoulder it all by myself. I don't want to do it by myself. And if I did do it by myself, I would never have time for other things. And I don't know how to balance things yet. It's mostly everyone have been hit with instantly good vanishing. Yeah, I mean, there's been a lot of people that got mod and turned out to not be great people. We've had a lot of people that did get mod and they were good people, but they were flaky. And by that, I just mean they would agree to do things and then they would just not do it. Their word really didn't mean much, which isn't good. You want people... I'd rather people be honest, you know? If you're not going to do something, that's okay. Just tell me that, you know? Do you remember me? I do remember you, Jim D. Hello, welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. Do you know Indonesia? I do know of Indonesia. I've never been myself, but I've heard of it, and I've seen pictures of it, and I know of some people who were from Indonesia. No worries, I'd be a terrible mod, though a sword looks good on me. I won't lie, Nikita, you are on the short list of people I would consider for mod, just because you are here so often. The only reason, I will be upfront about this, the only reason that you wouldn't get it is because it is late for you, and I would feel bad that you stay up already. So I just feel bad if you proceeded to stay up longer because you felt like you had to be there to mod or whatever. That's the only reason why. Well, PC Man, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's a for anyone who doesn't know, I have a 64 gigabyte DDR4 PC. It was maybe for DDR5 before. Somebody goes, "Why not DDR5?" That's why. It's got a Ryzen 12 core processor. It's an RTX 3070. back when those cards were on a shortage, so I paid way too much for it anyway. Although prices never really went down, they just stayed up. Also, Nautilus, W. I forget about those guys all the time. I need to get one at some point. And then, there's something else I was going to say about my computer. I can't remember. I've done maintenance on it since that video. The power supply died. So my friend Kitrix, she actually sent me one of her spare power supplies, which was really nice of her. Shout out Kitrix, I guess. And then also, I had to replace the CPU cooler because that died. Like, it actually died, and I didn't replace it. I didn't realize it was dead for a while, and it was causing my PC to shut off from overheating a bunch until it got so bad that I found out eventually what was causing the issue, and I replaced the CPU cooler. Can't lie, I'd exist. Come ask a few questions, maybe do sillies, then dip. I try to be here at least once a week. You're at least consistent on that. That's kind of the big thing with moderating. If you're consistent, then it makes it a lot easier to hand somebody a sword because of that. Because I know what to expect. When it's somebody that you know they're not there all the time, but they're not there never either, you know, there's just no rhyme or reason. They show up and then leave, show up and then leave, blah, 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 blah. That's when it gets hard because you don't know. Oops. You don't know how reliable they're going to be. When you know, like, exactly when they'll be there and when they won't be there, it's not too bad. If I were to pick up another moderator, though, the big thing would be I would want somebody here that, ideally, not every stream, but at least, ideally 2 streams a week, 2 out of 3, but it wouldn't be like a hard requirement. Also, I just got a trident. I just realized. W. Heck to the yeah. Well, haha, I'm back. Welcome back, Ash. How are you doing? It's good to see you again. Can you, like, back off? Thank you. Let's put you there. All right, find that turtle egg. That's what we need. We need a turtle. I'm not seeing any turtles over here. I'm pretty sure this is where I bred them last time, so we're gonna need to get moving. And we'll just find a new shore because they're not here. Banning peeps. Okay, hang on, I gotta catch up on that. That'd be a terrible mod. How would you abuse being mod, just randomly kicking people? Basically, we've had people do that. They would either randomly kick people, they would be upset because they would get criticized once or twice, and then they couldn't take that criticism, so they would in turn use their moderator privileges to ban them. They would say, I'm a mod, so you need to shut up and listen to me. That was on the Minecraft server. They would argue with players and cause a lot of issues. Other moderators would try to step in to fix it, and they weren't having that either. There was a lot of issues, and it was a public spectacle, and everything was a, hey, look at me, I'm a mod, I'm the best mod, and then they would do things with their mod to make themselves look good. Or in a lot of cases, they also ended up just really looking bad because of that as well. There's a lot of ways you can abuse mod, and it makes me sad when people do it because, you know, I'm trusting you with a privilege, and in turn, I'm having my chat turned into a mockery or whatever. You know, that's not what it's here for. I lost a lot of hair because of those mods. Yeah, there was a lot of mods that we've had. Okay, I shouldn't say we've had a lot of those. It was maybe like 3 at most. Unreal was even that way a little bit at the beginning, and I only mention him in specific because Unreal isn't that way anymore, and he wasn't when he left. But he learned from people who were that way. So I can't necessarily blame him. He was also young. That's the other thing. A lot of my moderators were young. I was not a fan of that. I've kind of instituted a hard cap. I shouldn't say hard cap. It's more of a soft cap of I ideally want you to be at least 16 years old, but if not 16, then definitely 15. But I personally prefer people to be above 18 years old when they're mods, because you will see and hear a lot of disgusting things about people. There's a lot of terrible situations that occur, and the only way to guarantee somebody's online safety is they need to be able to sign themselves up to that stuff. And I just don't feel very comfortable letting minors into that position. And I know that sucks. If any of you are minors out there and you feel targeted by that, it's nothing against you. It's just, it's my responsibility to protect you guys as much as it is anybody else's. So that's why I'm very careful about that. I want that. And then where are the turtles? I saw one down here. Goodness gracious, there's a lot of these guys. Okay, turtle. Turtle. Oh, dear. Oh, no. Oh, boy, that's a lot of people. Let me get away from here. Unfortunately, I don't think the moon is setting anytime soon. Okay, there's one turtle. There's two turtles. Okay, come here. Okay, now kiss. Okay, I need you guys to go lay eggs, and then I will take those eggs and feed them to zombies, I guess, basically. Pop, pop. Okay. I can read chat, I think, soon. Okay. It's weird why it shows my and not my display. I don't know anything about that. It might be my creator dashboard. Okay, I'm trying to read chat, so I'm sorry, guys. Banning peeps, kicking him, timing him out. Swift dude, thank you so much for the jewels. I appreciate it, dude. Thank you. Hey, can you lay your eggs, please? I really need you to lay those. I'm about to disappear anyway. Only type of chat mode be bad peeps. Yeah, I mean, I will say we've had a number of people who have led to mods being that way in some cases as well. I won't lie about that either. I just mostly, when I'm looking for a mod, I look for somebody that I would say I can 100% be certain that I would stand behind you and trust you to lead the community if I had to step away for any reason. Like, ideally, I wouldn't want to put you in a place where, like, you felt like you had to shoulder all the responsibility alone, but if I don't believe you can do it, I don't want to put you in that role because there may be days where that might have to happen, and um, I don't want to ever be the cause of somebody's mental unwell-being. uh, I'm very strict on it only because I don't want to hurt anybody by putting them into a place of power either. I'm gonna disappear anyway. Or force community members to do things because it's written in the rules. Always list the mods. That's true. Don't see the point. People are too power hungry. My study hours are going to be during your stream times, pretty much. Probably, yeah. You're getting banished from us. You're going to leave us for study time. It's named Rift-X on that short list. Asking for a friend. I won't mention, like, exactly who's on the list. Just because I don't want... One, I don't want those people to get a big head. And two, I don't want people to have any ill feelings towards those people because they're on the list and somebody else isn't. The only reason I mentioned Nikita in specific was I don't think Nikita cares necessarily whether they are or aren't on the list. And two, like I said, Nikita's got great character all around. Just the time slot is really probably not good for Nikita. Now, if I ever did an earlier stream, I'd have no problem throwing swords at Nikita. Also, I'd feel bad for getting rid of your VIP. That's the one thing I hate about Twitch. You can't have VIP and mod at the same time. Or awful. Also, a lot of hair because of those mods. My new high school since... Hang on, I can pick these up now. Yoink. And then, where's my boat? Oh, it's my inventory. Okay. Okay, let's go this way. Go back to the portal. It's like a live on campus thing. They actually make you study from 7 to 9, and you can stay in your dorm, but people will walk the halls and like make sure you're studying, or you can go to the open study rooms and stuff. It doesn't really help the nerd allegations. Yeah, no. It's a very serious school, though, and that's a good thing. I mean, it will get you prepared for college if you choose to go, for whatever it may be, because you'll be used to being very regimented. You'll be very used to studying and all those things, which is good. Hope at least get value from those study hours. Yeah, I hope so too. That is one of the things about it. It's kind of crappy if you don't study well in that kind of manner. They're kind of forcing you into it, which kind of sucks. I mean, yeah, the amount of creators that I've flirted with or had relationships with their minor mods is actually crazy. I didn't even think about that. That is pretty bad. That wasn't one of the reasons that I was concerned about, but I guess that is something that not for me personally, I wouldn't be worried about for me. But putting somebody in a place of power within the community, you do also have to worry about that to some degree. They have a lot more attention on them. People notice them more. I wouldn't want the community to try to take advantage of somebody in that position if they were a minor either. An adult has a lot more whereabouts of themselves and what people are trying to get out of them than a minor does. And that's no offense to minors. It's just you guys haven't had a chance to live in the real world as long as some of us, and there's a lot of people who are very manipulative and will do a lot of really bad things. And you'll think they're your friend for 3 years, and then they'll turn and stab you in the back. So just throw that out there because you guys haven't lived that yet, and I'm glad that you haven't. And if you have, I'm really sorry. But vast majority of minors have no clue about that yet, and I just want to protect you a little bit longer if I can. Seems strict, but I guess at least you're studying and being smart about it. Good luck with that, though. Start August, I still got some freedom. It's very often, and that's a quote. You can stay a little longer then. Okay, now kiss. I think it's the same thing. I have no jewels. That was actually Sio. What? Is there a real list or just a bunch of files? There's not an actual list. It's all in my head. I'm I am intending to eventually compile one though, and then I would probably Admiral is the only one that needs to view it just to make sure that there's no concerns there, and then I would also probably share it with some of my streamer friends just to see if they have any thoughts on some of them, because there's a lot of things I don't know. I doubt it, but for all I know, one of you guys could be a problem person in another chat, and I wouldn't have any way of knowing that without asking my friends. So that's one way that I can mitigate any problems that may show up, because for a long time I was a Lone Ranger. Okay, I'm pretty open about this. I really don't have a ton of friends in the content space, and the ones that I do, I've only made very recently. A lot of them have left the space. A lot of them I never really got to become friends with as well. So for the longest time, it was just me doing a lot of content, and I just had to trust my own judgment, which was fine. But it made it hard because I didn't have access to a lot of resources that I needed in order to make some of the better calls that I probably could have made had I had friends in the space to go to with it. So I'm very careful about that now that I do have friends that I can go to them and say, hey, what do you guys think of this? Is this a good idea? Is this a bad idea? Is this somebody that you think I can trust? Is it somebody you don't think I can trust? Because I also have a lot of people who are cross-community, you know? A lot of you people know me from people who are involved with Skyblock Kingdoms. Is my portal here? I thought it was. It's up there, okay. A lot of you people know me from there. A lot of you know me, I mean, not really from that anymore. From Twitch SMP, though. I hang around a lot of communities. So having been around those communities and knowing some of those people does help me in some regard when it comes to being able to talk to some creators and get an idea of you guys. Egg feels like I'm in Discord. You get mod, you have ascended past VIP and now are someone the creator would trust their career with. Yeah, I mean, that's true. Understandable jealousy and superiority are greed and are very dangerous things. Exactly. I've seen a lot of prime examples of that lately. So, I do my best to mitigate it where I can. Not that I think any of you would be jealous or greedy or upset, but it's easy for that to fester, and sometimes we don't catch it until it's too late. So I'm very careful about that. You don't really have to worry about that since your female audience is like 3. I mean, that's like half my audience, Swiftu. My average viewership is 6.0 right now. It's probably less than that at this current moment. It's just a guess. I don't know how many people are watching, and I don't need to know. But if I had to guess, because lately it's been down for probably a number of reasons that I could explain, but I'm not probably going to really get into. But with viewership being down, it's probably below 6 currently, if I had to guess. And so my viewership right now is probably actually like, I don't know, it's probably 5.5. That's just a guess, though. I don't know that. Kit is truly your only woman viewer, King. Portal exists. And Nikita's right there, like... I mean, we could just pretend they don't exist if you want. That's unfortunate. Okay. Uh, guess we're using the... I don't really want to use the glass. Okay. I'm going to place these, and then I'll just delete them, eventually. I'm just gonna try to fill in as much of the magma as I can, though. I didn't know Nikita was a woman. Yeah. Well, now you know. At least that's what I think Nathan said, anyway. I don't know that to be 100% certain, but... And Coral, you didn't know Coral was a woman? Coral could be lying? I mean, true. Coral could be lying. But I don't think Coral is. Just from the bits I do know about her. Rip Mia Moo, I say that like she's dead. She is alive. I never really got to know Mia Moo, unfortunately. She seemed pretty cool. But, just outside of the one interaction I had with her on Twitch SMP, I just really didn't have a chance to get to know her. Which was sad. I thought she was pretty cool from a little bit I knew. Coral's nothing and everything, honestly. I mean, that would be accurate to Coral, I suppose. In all ways. The King Swiftu and Mia stream was so peak. That was awesome. I will say this, okay? I don't want to, like, dog on anything. This is no way a reflection of the creator of Twitch SMP. It's only a little bit of a reflection of the players of Twitch SMP. But this isn't a personal attack on people, okay? I both loved and hated Twitch SMP. I'm far enough removed from it that I can have a full opinion on it. It was a fun time. I'm grateful for the experiences it provided me. I could never go back to it, though. Like, respectfully speaking, probably one of the worst series I've ever done. Not the worst, because I've had a lot worse. But I was playing on that server so much, trying to breathe life into it, and I never really got the recognition for that. Not that it was all about recognition, but I played on it to the very end, pretty much. I built, as far as I'm aware, the biggest base. And then the event at the end wasn't really something I was at all interested in. It was more catered towards the PvP community, which there's nothing wrong with. They were also some of the people that were on last, and they did hang out with me. So props to them. They at least saw that I was online and did want the server to succeed. But that server was abandoned by its player base, and there's a lot more behind the scenes that was said that I'm not okay with. Not to me, but to the owner of the server. And I'm not going to go around repeating that stuff because it's beef that's not mine to share. But that server was doomed from the start, and it really shouldn't ever have started on Season 7, if I'm being 100% honest. I don't foresee myself joining another SMP for a very long time, just because I don't want to, like, use the word trauma. I think that's a stupid word to use for a Minecraft server, for this case in specific. But it's a once bitten, twice shy kind of thing, except I've been bit like 3 times. I've joined several servers, and I will go ahead and name them because I've been open about them. They're available on my VOD channel, so it's not like you guys wouldn't know the servers I'm talking about. So I joined a server when I first became a content creator called Tiny SMP. It was with a few friends. It was kind of a 2-week Minecraft phase before we knew what 2-week Minecraft phase was. But for me, I thought we were taking it seriously, so I played for a very long time. They killed the server without telling anybody because they thought everybody else was done with it. So I ended up logging on one day, finding out that the server was done, and they had reset everything, and they did not tell me. I was very, I think rightfully so, upset about that. And, you know, some people did try to make that right, and I appreciate them for that. And then there were 2 other servers that spun off of that, Cluttercraft Season 1, Cluttercraft Season 2. They were okay. I don't want to, like, diss it too hard, but they weren't good either, I will say that. Cluttercraft Season 1 was more of a vanilla server. It had a couple of plugins, but it was clear the people that running the server really didn't want to play vanilla Minecraft. So that also died within a month. Again, I was one of the last people playing on it. They did give us a little bit of a heads up that it was ending, but they told us so early into the season, and I really didn't get to start any of my big projects that I had planned, that I just really didn't want to play anymore. So they started another server. This was a modded server called Cluttercraft Season 2. Cluttercraft Season 2 was actually kind of fun. I didn't enjoy it for the modded aspect. I really hated mods. And I still really don't enjoy modded Minecraft. But I did enjoy hanging out with my friends during that. And it did stay pretty active for a while until TwitchCon happened, where half the members of the server left to go to TwitchCon. And then they kind of didn't come back for a while. They actually did come back a lot, though, to come and hang out with me. And it led to me becoming friends with a lot of people on the server, so I'm very thankful for that. But, again, I was the last person to log off on that one. I thought Twitch SMP was going to be different. I really, really thought it was going to be different. And, unfortunately, it wasn't for me. And a lot of my friends did vouch for it, and rightfully so, because Twitch SMP, historically speaking, has had a very good track record. It was a very good SMP. But I think actually this was kind of public information, so I think I can share it. They weren't going to do a Season 7, but they were basically told they had to. So there wasn't as much passion behind it from the team, and so ultimately there was some suffering there. My friends that did play on it, they felt it. You know, it wasn't the same as the server they used to play on, and quite frankly had better projects to work on. So I don't blame them one bit for not playing. So it was just an awkward situation for me to be on there anyway. So until I find a server that I actually don't believe I'll be the last one to log off on, until I find a server that I actually care about and that I think other people will care about too, you guys probably won't see me on another server. And that's nothing against the people that I've played on servers with, nothing against SMPs out there right now. But I have a sour taste in my mouth because I feel like a lot of people do play SMPs, but they like to collect SMPs and they don't like to stay a part of them. When I commit to something, I commit to it long term, and I don't quit on you midway through. And in my experience, that's kind of been what I've seen is people join SMPs constantly, but they don't want to be a part of them long term, and I can't do that to myself, and I can't do that to an SMP either. It does not sit right with me. That all said, don't go hating on people either. I shouldn't have to say that. I know you guys know, but before somebody says, "Oh my goodness, did you see what KingRegNog said?" Not that anyone would. But it's easy to get sound bites and clip things out of context. So I just want to clear that. That's been my experience though, and so I'm very cautious about joining any other projects for the foreseeable future. Xander, hello, welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. Okay, what are we doing here? Okay, we can actually turn back up the volume, and then I'm just gonna turn down hostile mobs. That should be good. Okay. King Swift and Mia stream was so peak. One of my favorite Twitch SP streams. Not enough people play daily. Yeah, that's the other side of it. I mean, you know, I played twice a week, every week, at the beginning, and then wait, was it twice a week every week? Yeah, it was twice a week every week until summer. And then I played on King SMP full-time to try to complete the season because we got rug pulled. And then I played on Twitch SMP full-time after that because it was going to go down and I had to finish my base. And so some of that was my own fault. I probably could have played a little bit more at the beginning, tried to make more friends to try to keep them around. Side thing, about half the people in the roster left at the beginning of Season 7. So it kind of was bad in that regard. It would take a really strong argument for me to come back for Season 8 if it were to happen. Not that I think it will. And I'm not going to 100% say no, but I'm definitely not going to 100% say yes. It's like, it would take a lot to win my trust over for any SMP at this point, I think. You'd have to have a long-standing history, and even then I would question it, only because I've seen it enough where... especially the smaller creator SMPs, it's just you could have an entire roster shakeup and suddenly the life is gone, you know? King's next SMP will be Hermitcraft. Yeah, right. No, I would not be a good fit for Hermitcraft, I don't think. It would be like the most greatest dream come true. But I don't think so. But maybe, who knows? I don't know the future. I can say that much. Oh, okay, wow. Be careful, King. Be careful. The court case was so fun. Yeah, I mean, like, I just want to, like, reiterate, the server itself wasn't bad. The people were very nice, the people that I talked to. And I have no beef with them. It was just a collection of things that happened that made me not want to come back. Now, who knows, maybe one day I'll change my mind on that, and I'll be begging for another season. But I doubt it. I doubt it. Also, 2.5 blocks tall. I feel like that's going to cause an issue. Although it's on slabs, so I think it's okay. Alright. We'll just kind of start with a little platform down here. Okay. Some of the other things that happened during Twitch SMP probably also made me just not want to be a part of it. That that was during a time where we had somebody say a lot of awful things about myself and another person. This was another time where I just in my general life where I was very busy and generally speaking stressed. I had a lot of other plans in my content and I wasn't happy with the trajectory of it. Um, so that may have also affected my experience with Twitch SMP, but I'm doubtful of that because a lot of the people I've talked to have also generally kind of agreed, and um, I'm grateful for them as well. Let's see. Cora, welcome on in. Thank you for spending your taxes. I appreciate it. Some moments that I will seriously never forget for the rest of my life, and memories like those are hard to make. Twitch, we had some really good moments. Oh, absolutely. There were some great times. I'm not saying everything was bad. There was just a lot of. It was a very dry SMP. It felt like everybody wanted it to be over 2 weeks in, and that just really kind of upset me, if I'm being 100 there. Let's see. So I gotta figure out how I'm going to get piglins to spawn, and then I need to trap them and name tag them. So I'm going to do that. I guess basically right here. And I'm just going to hope and pray that I can get this right. The entire thing was that, oh yeah, the entire court case is fake. The entire thing was that Tanuki hit me with the mace, so I sued him, but the part that was never said was that I told him to hit me with the mace. Yeah. Honestly, I loved the court case. That was a fun time. It's been a long time. I was never really a fan of that kind of SMP content, to be entirely honest. I always felt like the fake storylines were kind of overplayed. But it was fun to be a part of that, at least for that moment, with that series. I don't know if I could ever be a part of a lore series. I would struggle, I think. Storytelling just might not be my thing. Like, I could tell a cool story, but I cannot necessarily... I guess I'm not... I don't know how to role play in the sense of writing a story and making up a character and all that. I can play myself and I can amplify the personalities behind that, but I don't know. I don't want to, like... I struggle... Okay, this is where I really struggle with the lore stuff. When you're playing a character and it has nothing to do with it being still a Minecraft server. You know? When it's like... How do I put this? When it's like... You are playing a character in the game, but they have no clue that they're in a game, and they're just like, they think it's their real life. That's hard. I can't do it because the medium just doesn't work for me. Whereas when I'm playing, like, for example, right now, I'm technically playing a character. I'm still me. I'm just a different version of me. I'm not this way in real life all the time. I'm playing a sort of character. For stream, but it's not like a huge character. I'm not faking it. But that's what all content creators do. They don't, like... If I was myself, I'd be pretty boring. Okay? Let's be honest. But... on a server, like, for example, Twitch SMP, I didn't play a character there except in the court case where I did actually start to play a slightly different character. I was aware we were on a server. We made note that it was a server. We talked about out of server things. Um, that was perfectly fine. I was a part of a Civilization event not too long ago, back in January. I didn't stream it because I was moderating for it, but I did end up playing a part in lore at the end of it because of some issues that we were having. So I needed to try to help people finish up their lore because it was we were having issues with some of the characters and they had to be removed. So I struggled there because it felt like we moved from it being about the server to suddenly being about characters in a story that didn't know they were in a server. I just really struggle with that. I really can't swap because it doesn't make coherent sense to me, and I really don't I don't know what we want to call the piglins. I need name suggestions. Okay, here's another one. You guys weren't here for this one. Cluttercraft Season 2. I ended up playing a character like one of the last times that we were on there. And it was because so I took one of my server mates' cats. Alias is encrypted. Because they wouldn't tell me where the Deep Dark was, and I wanted to have a pet warden. Before it was cool, I was stealing wardens, okay? This was something that I just did. I don't do it really anymore because a lot of other people do it, and it's just not as cool, I guess. Everybody kind of does it at some point, I feel like. So I just don't do it as much anymore. I wouldn't turn down doing it again maybe one day. Maybe we do it in the Forever World even. I don't know. Anyway, they knew this about me. They knew I would use it probably in a terroristic way. So they just all agreed to not tell me. So I stole her cats, put them in a box, and said, I will kill your cats if you don't tell me where they're at, where this warden is. And so I started to play a little bit of a character. Because it was all just about the server still. It wasn't like I wasn't playing a character in a movie or anything, you know. I was self-aware that it was a server. And I guess that's kind of the character I like to play. Long story short, apparently one of the mobs had set off the trap, so it actually blew up her cats. And so I just started trolling her. I felt really bad about it, but in the moment I was like, it's too late to just walk this back. I've been playing a villain, so let me just be the villain. And so I just like absolutely laid into them. I was like, this wouldn't have happened if you had been on earlier, because this was after the activity had died out. It was kind of my attempt to bring people back on, and it did work for the day, and it worked kind of after that as well a little bit, but it died out relatively quickly. They knew I would use it in a terroristic way. I still wasn't playing a character. Okay, at that time period of my life, that's who I was. I was a chaotic person. I still enjoyed building, but I was very chaotic in that sense on a server. I can't do that by myself. It's hard to be chaotic alone. But on a server, I still kind of get that way. It's not to the same extent. If I know you well enough, I will terrorize you. But if I don't know you, it's hard for me to do that. Okay, so we got Piglin. Hello, sir. Hello, Angela. Welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. The hard part about lore is that it's all mostly improv. You don't have lines and stuff. There's just a bunch of characters, a storyline, and the tools to make a story. See, I'm okay at improv. I hate it when everything's pre-written, though. The improv part is fun to me. But again, it's just the medium of story that we're telling is important as well. I prefer us to all be self-aware that at the end of the day, we're all playing a block game. It's just some of us are taking it a little bit more seriously than others, and some of us are maybe a little bit more intentionally evil. I don't know. I'm not like Chops. Chops is a good one. Okay. Let's go for 3. So one more if we can. Suit King was so cool too. That's true. That was awesome. We didn't even prepare. We just winged it. That whole court case, Swifty and I really didn't plan much. We just kind of walked in and said, this is what we're gonna do. The thing was, we were right. I think they just felt bad, for the defense because the lawyer was drunk during the stream. And, see ya, Al, thanks for popping in. I appreciate you, dude. The lawyer was drunk during the stream. Their defense didn't make any sense whatsoever. Like, I think they were trying to prove intent by saying, like, oh yeah, Swifty once said this in another place, and they're trying to argue self-defense and all these other things, and it was just kind of like, that's not a good case for absolutely smacking the crap out of somebody with a mace. Like, it was unprompted on the video they showed. I don't know what they were trying to convey to us. And admittedly, I probably took it a little bit more seriously than they were trying to take it. But that wasn't communicated in the court case event that we made. It wasn't conveyed how serious they were intending it to be, and also afterwards it kind of was taken a little bit too seriously, whereas during it felt like they were taking it as a joke and we were winning and they were salty. No offense to anybody involved, by the way. I just want to be clear on that. Yo, hello, Pancakes. Welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. Maybe I should try to go find this case because it's getting more interesting by the minute. It was pretty cool. It was fun. I enjoyed it. Pancakes, hi, now I'm hungry. Watch this.
Hello there.
Hey, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you, dude. Thank you. You're amazing. Let's go with, you know what? Pancakes, you're gonna be a piglin today. I needed one more name anyway, and you came in at a good time. Alright, we just gotta hope that they're up there. And then I gotta just hope that let's just hope. Alright. Whatevs. Tanuki never did his community service. No, we didn't really get anything out of that. It's actually a perfect name. I like it. Pancakes the Piglin. We're going with it. Yeah, I mean, that's one of the things about SMPs as well. Twitch SMP was one of those scenarios where we didn't know each other. So it was hard to find the boundaries for certain people. And then it was also really hard it was also really hard to I guess it was hard for me anyway to interact with some of them. The server was not a decidedly family-friendly server. My streams are. And so it's my preference that when I interact with other creators that they try to at least respect that. And most of the people on the server did try, but it was awkward on stream trying to explain that when, you know, everybody knows each other and you don't. So you had that going on there. Saw the rules, so if anyone talks about waffles, then heads will roll and mods will come in. Not saying I'm gonna start an argument. Oh boy, just wait till Wednesday. Oh boy. Boundaries were really hard to balance on Twitch SMP, honestly. Oh yeah. Everybody had their own lines. Everybody had their own priorities. And, you know, it's just hard on a server like that. Because it had a lot of creators in the roster, actually. I think by the end of the server, there was like 22 people that were technically a part of the SMP. But, yeah, it was like, actually, hang on. How many people were in it total? So they had like 20-something at launch, and then they added 20 in another wave, and then they did Friends Week where like another 20 joined. I think it was around 60 people that were a part of the roster by the end of it. And then, you know, nobody knows anybody. I mean, like, you know your friends, but I didn't have any friends, so I couldn't really interact with very many people there. It was kind of just random one-off interactions, but they all knew that I was a little awkward, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't think they were actively avoiding me, but it was hard for me to approach people when I know I'm the family-friendly streamer and they're not. Because you don't know what you're going to hear before you reach them. Because proximity chat is a wonderful tool. I love proximity chat. But when you're trying to avoid swears in your stream, occasionally you'll just hear the most random F-bomb in the distance. And, you know, there's nothing you can do except laugh. But fun times happened during that server, that's for sure. Okay, let's try this. That might spawn some of the piglins. I don't think it will, though. I've not really tried to spawn the piglins, I guess. No, there was waffle beef. I'm at war with waffles. They're my worst enemies. You'd have it so bad in Belgium. I say we get pans and smack the waffle irons. Who's with me? I'm not with you. I'm not saying I'm against you, but I'm not saying I'm with you either, you know? Yes, pancakes better than waffles coming from fake Belgium. That's wild. The thing I know about Belgium is chocolate. Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay. Let's try this again, shall we? Maybe the platform being bigger should work. Waffle irons should be melted into pans for pancakes. I mean, okay, what, like, just hear me out, okay? Waffles are a little crunchy. Like, a little bit of crunch never killed anyone, you know? Just a little bit. Waffles have crunch? They're supposed to. Just a little, not a ton. Huh. Maybe I... What? No, they do not. Barely. They're supposed to. You ain't doing your waffles right if they don't have any crunch. I'm just saying. The best waffles have some crunch. Eat your waffles burnt? They're not burnt. They're still the yellow color they are. You just gotta make your waffles right. I'm just saying. I don't know, man. Like, leave it in a little bit longer. I don't even make them in waffle irons anymore. When I'm out, like, at a hotel, I do. And I can get them a little crunchy there. You just gotta leave them in a little bit longer. And usually will come out a little crunchy, but without being burnt. It's a little tricky because the thing is, waffle irons they let it out at what most people think waffles should be, which is like very fluffy, which is fine. I mean, like, if you're just looking for something for copious amounts of like syrup, then you'll get that, I guess. But I don't know. I'm much more a fan of I'm wondering. That might be within the radius, and I don't know. How I hate waffles. Pancakes are better. Important question. Fluffy or crepes? I like crunchy waffles and I like soft pancakes. I was about to say crepes are our allies. I think I like crepes more than waffles and pancakes. Wait, no. Oh no. I've never actually had a crepe. I'll be honest. Okay. So we got a slight problem. I think we've hit mob cap. So I'm going to go up, I'm going to kill, and then try my best to get down fast enough to spawn in the guys. Okay. Give it a shot. This is Pancake's father. Oh no. Not here anymore? Oh no. Pancake burnt himself, dude. Those sevens in the chat. I think I've ever had an American style pancake. I only do crepes and they are peak. That's fair. I've heard some people say that American pancakes aren't good, and I don't know what you're on about. They are pretty good. They're definitely different from how I understand European pancakes, though. Thank you for Lurk Panda. I appreciate it. Enjoy dinner. And thank you for spending your taxes as well. Appreciate you, dude. He was cutting Ian. Said the words. Oof. Can't admit crepes are better in that household. It's all out war. Okay, I didn't think about this part of things. I need to kill you and then... That almost ended really poorly. I don't know why I couldn't get inside of the scaffolding, but we made it. Okay. So those guys are still in the radius, but hopefully... Dang it, they're all spawning on this layer. And I don't have an egg there. Stop scaring us like that. Thank you for the posture check. I appreciate it, Pancake. Also, thank you for submitting your taxes. I appreciate you. Okay, we need to... Let's go this way a decent amount. Okay. If I do that and just press F7, I can control that, and I'll be able to kind of control how things spawn. Oh, hey, you guys got Jeb. There you go. It did not pop up the actual name tag, though. Oop. So let me see if I can fix that part. Now that I know that's broken. Actions. Channel points. Name tag. 0 is not Jeb. If it's 1, it's not Jeb. Wait, what? Okay. If it is greater than 1, then it should have said it's visible, but it didn't. Okay. Filter Jeb. Oh, wait. Okay, I see. I know what I did wrong. Okay. True result. Add OBS. Where's OBS? Scenes sources. Set source visibility state. The one from game. Jeb_.png to visible. And then I need to duplicate that action and set it to hide at the end of it. Okay, there we go. That should work next time it happens. Also, it didn't ever say any... Happy birthday, Nikita. It's still not working, and I don't know why. But I will fix that one of these days. Alright. So I'm not seeing anything there anymore. Let's see. I'm standing directly under it. It may be spawning a bunch of things underneath us, though, because of the nether roof. I'm not seeing anything here. It's not my birthday? Dang. Maybe tomorrow is your birthday. Hey, Pancake here. If you're reading this, I am dead. Thank you for all the support all these years. I hope you all live long, happy lives. If I had another 100 lives, I'd choose to be Pancake all those lives. Pancake 2026 to 2026 techno reference. Oh my goodness, Technoblade. You know, I'm not at all having an original thought here, but I miss Technoblade. I think it's okay for me to say that. He made some really good content. He's a really good guy, too. Okay, we got zombified piglins. Just babies. Uh, on a Waffle Wednesday? No, it's not. Bruh. Bruh. His name is... That's a wild... It's a wild name. Okay, we just gotta wait. Just gotta wait. Um... I don't know. This was supposed to be a lot easier, but I'm not... How would I get them to spawn faster? That's my only question here. Pokemon, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. It's good to see you again. Trying as another streamer. Yeah, I bet. I imagine if somebody doesn't read before they speak, it would be really funny if they said that. You just need a little encouragement. Come on, little guys. Yeah, please. And at this point, I'm too high. I need to go back down. I don't know what to do. Like, how do people usually go about getting these guys to spawn? Like, I guess I probably should have Googled a piglin bartering farm or something beforehand. That would have been smart. Um, piglin bartering farm. How to get piglin. Okay. Sorry, here's your taxes. Oh, I appreciate that. Thanks. I like taxes. Piglins. Okay. It's a good idea to build a piglin farm away from zombified piglins, soul torches, soul campfires, and soul lanterns because they will run away from them. An exception is if they are caged up with blocks. These objects can be used to lead piglins to a certain place. Also, piglin farms must be built in the nether or else they'll zombify. Unlike most hostile mobs, they do not instantly despawn in peaceful mode, but will still follow normal hostile mob despawning rules. If you're caging up piglins for easier bartering, you'll need to use name tags on them or give them a piece of gold armor, which will prevent them from despawning. It's not really showing me how you actually obtain them, though. I already did them. Please don't take my house away. I need to feed my family and my animals. I guess I'll allow it. Whatever. I mean, it looks like they're just suggesting that I don't even bother hooking it up to this, but I kind of wanted to hook it up. But I suppose it would lower my rates a little bit, maybe. I don't know. I'm just trying to see. I'm in a YouTube stream now. Hey, well, welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. Piglin, bartering. I'm not really seeing what I'm looking for here. I'm going to assume this video might have what I need in it, so I'm just going to quickly turn it on. Now, you guys won't be able to hear it, but I will be able to see it. 2 minutes of ads. I know, it sucks. I have to do that many ads in order to get rid of the pre-rolls. I really hate pre-roll ads, so. Okay, tutorial. Expanding. It's not really. Try to build this farm to ensure you have piglins that have boots on. If they trade boots, they'll equip them rather than the boots going into the hopper, stopping the constant cycling of the farm. Or this is only an issue the first time they trade boots. It's not helpful. I mean, that's a Bedrock Edition farm, but do another roof, I guess. I guess I could just... This one could be attached to a gold farm. Okay, let's see this one. Oh, that's loud. Hi. Okay, now I can see it. Okay, this guy's got exactly the kind of thing I've been looking for. Mechanics, storage, piglin transport. Okay. You'll want to find the closest Crimson Forest to your gold farm and make a normal rail line to get there on the roof. Okay. Do piglins just not spawn on the nether roof, or am I crazy? I'm gonna say that they do spawn, and I just need to find a... I will keep them down here if I have to. Once we get, like, once we have access to geysers, then I can launch them up there at least. Where's my biome? Okay, nether wastes. Okay. We have a lot of biomes around here. I just don't remember where they're at. I think there's one this way. Okay, this is basalt deltas. We're definitely not going to find them here. I wish I knew this stuff, but honestly, I have no clue. That's totally fair. I forget a lot of this stuff because I don't really interact with the technical side of Minecraft. I would love to. It's just, it's hard to do videos on it because there's always somebody better at it than you. And I don't want to waste people's time talking about something that I don't know better than everybody else, you know? Is that a bad way to look at it? Maybe, but I don't know. That's just how I look at it. Yo, I'm back. Welcome back, Pancakes. Thanks for sticking around through the ads. I apologize for those. Here's your dab. And the big ol' 26. There's a hair in my drink. It's definitely my hair. It's just kind of gross. Okay, we hit basalt deltas again. Go this way. I went to the YouTube stream. I muted the ads. Totally respectable. I do the same thing. Can we do more science, Reg? Absolutely. We love science. Hydrate. All right. Here's your hydrate. Appreciate it. Also, I subbed you on YouTube. Hey, I appreciate that. Thank you. I'm hoping that I might have a video coming out this weekend. We'll just have to wait and see. How does the water taste? It actually tastes fine. I did find out what was wrong with the water that one night. It is my understanding that our soap and laundry detergent, not laundry detergent, sorry, dish detergent had not been fully rinsed out of it. And it was caked on there so much that rinsing the cup out was not doing its job. So it caused the drink to smell bad and to taste really bad too. Turns out it wasn't bad. It was just unfortunate circumstances. It took a couple of runs through the dishwasher to finally be usable again. Why is Hydrate so high? My favorite Twitch streamer's Hydrate is only 50. The reason why is because people spam it, and I don't like it being spammed because it would make me sick. But I may be a little lower another day. If I lower it, the thing is I'd have to put it on a timer, and they don't like that because they just want to spam it. Thanks, Admiral. I capped out? Okay. Here you go. Here's your hydrates. My favorite Twitch streamer has a timer for hydrate. A lot of my favorites have it too. I've been thinking about it, but the times that I have tried to institute it, some people have revolted. They don't like it when I do that. You know who you are. I'm back. How are things going? Hello, Maggie. It's good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Things are going okay here. We're just chilling. Trying to get some piglins to spawn. Without a whole lot of luck. Unfortunately, I'm not sure what I can do. Too bad. I bet you could go on hours without the cap. Yeah. Dude's got how many channel points? I used to not have a cap. You guys could just redeem it endlessly, pretty much. I think you guys had like 70 hydrates or something like that. I drank 7 cups of water in like the span of... it was probably about 10-20 minutes. I felt so sick after that. That's why I've instituted the That's why I've instituted the 5 per person limit. Now you guys can team up to do that maybe, but no, good luck. All right. I 679.8 thousand points. Oh my goodness. Siobhan, hello, welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. Pick my hand, pancake. Don't worry. You'll be safe eventually. Possibly. I'll be able to waterboard him. Okay, what am I supposed to do? This isn't working. You're supposed to do piglin things, and it's really hard to do the piglin things when the piglins aren't piglining. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Here on the right about here, yeah. And then up. Don't scream that much. And then I want you. Yeah, do be careful. That many messages is a little spammy. And a lot of streamers will see that as spam, so just be careful. Yes, go give the monster a hug. What's the worst that could happen? I am definitely far enough away for that. Looks like maybe down here is just eating up the mob caps still then. So they're still down here. You know what I can try? Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Maybe it is. No, it really wasn't. Okay, mods, Voxy. I need to quickly just, disable Voxy rendering. Okay. Now I can see what is visible from here. We can kind of tune it a little bit. Gotta go. When is your next stream? My next stream is gonna be on Thursday. It'll be around this time as well. It starts at 7:30 Eastern time. I may be a little late. Who knows? I try not to be. Sometimes I have to cancel things as well. But yes, Thursday is the plan. Thursday, 7:30 Eastern time. So that's still not spawning them. I would have thought that would have done it, but maybe not. Okay. All right. Yeah. What else? What's default? I forget. What is default here? We'll go 8. I don't know. 12 sounds more right to me. Well, I thought I had more going there. I'm gonna be so real with you guys. I thought I had a plan here. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna... Okay, what I could do... I could send gold through another portal. And then it would auto-load a different area. So that, Oh, we need, Voxy back on. There we go. Yeah, I mean, that's how we could just distribute the gold as we go through another portal. It takes it a little bit of a distance away through some chunk loading, and then it drops down through another portal where, it would be below the bedrock. For whatever reason, I'm struggling to make it work above the bedrock, which means either piglins just don't spawn up here, or I'm just very unlucky. I wasn't doing it right. I don't know. But yeah, see you Pancakes. Thanks for popping in. Appreciate you. I'm sorry the plan didn't work. It's okay. The plan didn't work, but it'll all work out. Side note, I am lost. We are almost at 0-0, and I... See if turning on shaders helps at all. There is no way I would have seen that, okay? I don't even really see it right now. Man, the shaders helped. Okay, that was good. Okay, yeah, let's go up, and then let's tear out the mess I made up there. Okay, yeah, whatevs. It's okay. I'll do the rest of it off stream or something. We had a plan. We tried. That's all that matters. But we're at like our 2-hour mark, and that's usually when I end stream. I'm kind of debating doing some earlier streams at some point. And then we may be able to do some longer stuff as well. I do want to start planning the 12-hour stream now that school's out for a lot of people. I want to do that at some point during the summer. I might combine it with my 12-hour, so I promised you guys a 12-hour for 1.5K, but I also am going to be turning 22 at some point in the summer. So I thought maybe we'll just combine the two events, maybe. That way I can give you guys the gifted sub discounts, I can give you guys the badge, and you guys will get a whole 12 hours, and it'll be fun. But I gotta figure out how I'm gonna do it, because I've done birthday streams in the past. I feel like I've just always... Well, the last one I did, I definitely let fall flat. It was not a great birthday stream. Like, it was kind of just a last-minute decision from me. Although it wasn't 12 hours, so, I mean, there's that. This one, I'd probably do one other game outside of Minecraft. Probably somewhere in the middle of the stream. Maybe I could get a friend to hang out while we play a game or whatever. And then, we could play on the Forever World for a little bit, maybe. Do some mini games. And I don't know what else I would do, honestly. I'm not certain. Dude, sounds like a great time. I wasn't here for that yet. Yeah, you would have been here about a month later, I believe. crazy how long I've known some of you guys now. You know, some of you have been here a lot longer. Some of you have been here only just about a year. Some of you have been here for 2, coming up soon. It's when I actually got introduced to a lot of the communities that I now hang around. It was about 2 years ago. Summer is just a special time of the year for me sometimes. It's also a hard time of the year, I won't lie. Summer is a struggle, but I do enjoy it as well. Very fond memories. Overreact just a little bit there. Alright. Rip and tear. It actually might have been 2 months after that, because I remember King SMP was really starting to wrap up, and that's when Elfie raided a couple times. So that may have been like September even, maybe even later, I don't know. I started watching Elfie in like October-ish. I think it took me a week or 2 to realize you streamed as well. Oh, okay, I see. I was a little off then. That's my bad. Yeah, I don't really talk in many of the communities that I mod for. I don't mention that I stream. It surprises some people, and I think that's, you know, it's totally fair. I think it's funny. Some people are surprised though, and I'm always glad to give surprises. Yeah, I could do worse things, so streaming is like the least of their concerns. You've been following for 6 months, 28 days, 7 hours. Okay, so almost 7 months. Oh, okay, so you would have been like beginning of the year then. I didn't even realize. I guess that makes sense. Because I would have just had started the Forever World. Just about. I mean, it would have been end of last year, but it'd be right there. I'm still new. I guess so. I guess so. I don't think of you as being new, but I suppose timeline-wise, that would be accurate. Admiral has been following me for 4 years, 9 months, and 19 days. That is insane. Actually wild. Shadow, welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. I feel like one of the newest members here. You definitely would be, Maggie. Definitely welcome here, though. It's because I yap too much. Nah, it's alright. Good. I like having you yap. We need somebody to do it. You keep me sane. Okay, we definitely need to build a system for that. Yeah, we need to get out of here. So, since you guys are here for the stream, you get a little bit of key info for the next video. It is a recap, so it's not going to be like something super cool or fancy. I'm still in the script writing phase, but I'm going to write a script for it, do narration hopefully tonight, maybe tomorrow. And I'm going to be doing a little less videos for the Forever World just temporarily. For about a month. My goal is basically 10 episodes on, and then I'll take a month off, and then another 10 episodes, month off. and that should kind of be a good, healthy pacing, I think. But from here on out, I'm hoping to just kind of progress a little bit faster because I enjoy playing slow, but it's not having the results on YouTube that we need in order to grow the channel. And there's nothing against you guys, just because I know some people have said that in the past, expecting their fans to pick up their own slack. No, it's just I need to make better choices on producing content, make it more entertaining, do better content, package better, you know, all those things. So I gotta shake it up a little bit, try something new. But it's not me quitting. I just want to be clear on that. But that will lead us into, you know, being able to build the volcano. Actually wrapping up a lot of projects that we have still ongoing because I just can't do them. My gear is really limiting, is what I've been finding. So if I can get fully enchanted and all that, then we'll do it. So there's a very good chance our next episode will probably be about getting villagers and fully gearing up all of our items, which means we may just do the library. I don't know. I didn't really want to do the villagers down in that library, so we may actually just lay out the foundations for our next town even. And then just put villagers over there for the time being. And then we could do a different type of villager in the cave base. I haven't decided how that's going to be, but we'll probably do villagers next. Get all that set up. Then we'll do probably an episode where we finish up a bunch of our projects. I don't know which ones in specific first, but you know, we got to do our library so we have a place to put all of our books. We need to we'll have to build a place for the librarians at some point, but that's going to be a different problem. We got to build the living quarters. I want to call that cave base done soon. Then we, of course, need to build a volcano. We need to get the lava river in. I probably have to build a iron farm. Just lots of farms that are going to have to be built soon that I was holding off on. I didn't want to start building a ton of farms all at once, but I feel like I'm taking the game so slowly that it's starting to shoot me in the foot, and I don't want that to be a hindrance for people to enjoy the series. So I'm trying to find that right balance, because at some point in time I will have everything. So it's not like I'm only delaying the inevitable. It's not like I'm completely changing my play style. At some point in time, I am going to have netherite and elytra wings and all those things. I'm not going to speedrun the end, just to throw that out there. I'm still holding off on that one for a little bit, although I do really want shulkers. If I could have shulkers without going to the end, you better believe it, I would have them. But I want to make the end feel special. Part of me was kind of hoping we were going to get an end update soon. And then I would go to the end then to enjoy it. Part of me was also hoping a new dimension would get announced, and we would just go do that in place of going to the end. At some point in time, those things are just going to happen, and we'll deal with them as they come. But for now, I've already got big projects in the way, so I don't want to like get too far ahead of myself. I just know I have so many things that I need to do, and then I've got other projects outside of that I still want to do, like over in the Woodland Mansion area. I want to transform that. I want to do some builds in the Pale Oak biome, and when the Dappled Forest comes out with all the poplar wood and the orange leaves, that's going to change the game a lot, and I'm going to want to do stuff with that. You know, I've got a lot of options with this, and I'm happy with that. It's a little overwhelming though. Especially when I've got other things that I need to be doing as well. Like, I've been procrastinating pretty bad this week. I won't lie. Like, there's definitely been things that are important that I have been taking care of behind the scenes. But also, I have not gotten to work on Omnia this week, really. I've done a little bit, but it's been kind of minute stuff here and there. I got all my VODs finished uploading. I still need to do a bunch of other work, but, you know, baby steps. Lots of stuff to do, enough choices. Yep. We'll be okay, I think. I just want to make sure I hammer in the plan for what's next. Because I'm going to do still some videos in that month. It's just going to be more one-off stuff, probably. We'll see. Well, we made it home. I apologize that today's stream wasn't as successful as we were hoping for, but I had a lot of fun. And I hope you guys had fun too. So, we're going to go ahead and wrap things up. I appreciate you guys for being here so much. What we're going to do is we're going to raid. I don't know who yet, so if you'll bear with me for a minute here, I will find us a person. It's still fun as always. Thanks for sharing. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you guys. It means a lot. Let's I guess how do you? I love the people of SBK a ton. And you're not gonna hear any more on the drama that has happened there on the stream I'm gonna send you guys to. I'm gonna send you to the Fools fam. They're playing Subnautica 2. It's a really, I would say, chill game if you're afraid of water, maybe not. But he's a cool dude, I think, anyway. You'll enjoy it, I believe. Hop already, get some free channel points. Maybe a cool stream along the way. I appreciate you guys very much. Have a good night, everyone. Good night, Maggie. Good night, Nikita. Just quick warning. Channel is marked as intended for mature audiences. If that's a problem, please feel free to click out. It won't hurt anybody's feelings. It's not everybody's cup of tea. Appreciate you guys, though, so much. Good night, everybody. Bye-bye.